Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast that never sleeps. I'm Cameron, with me always is Jared. What's up, Jared?
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome to the show, people. So, dude, last week's episode, we talked about this drone thing. Nuts, crazy.
The drone thing.
What is it? What's going on?
Things have only gotten weirder, so I want to talk about it again today because it's more fun than it was last week to talk about. And so that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen last week's episode, go check it out and get all caught up, and then you can come visit us here, and we'll be waiting for you. So, yeah, a lot of weird stuff. I also want to talk to you about the Luigi guy in New York who did a couple nefarious things. There's also an article I read that's sort of insane about Chernobyl, and I'll tell you about it when we get there. But yeah, so let's update these people on what's going on with this drone stuff, because
let's talk about the new stuff in the news, what the responses are.
But can we just start by saying, dude, this is like the craziest thing.
Yeah, it really is.
And like the way everybody's acting is nuts.
Yeah, the response is better than and we'll get it. We'll show.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
You ready? Let's run it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Pointed face on.
Welcome to the chat.
Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Him with the green time. It sounds like some old makeup. It really does.
A ghost, a ghoul, a goblin, a monster, a werewolf.
Went on and wrote in the comments. I was gonna say that came out great.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah. That gets me every time.
Fun stuff planned today. We got some goods.
Yes, we do. We got the freaking goods. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast that never sleeps. I'm Cameron. With me always, again, is Jared. But, so, dude, like I said, insane. We got Chase and McKenna up in the chat with Tina, and they're saying, let us know what's going on. What's happening?
Yeah, so, I mean, where we left off last week, we had really just seen waves of these drones coming in, and nobody really knew what to think, right? At first, it's like, it's probably an adversary. Some of these are exhibiting some of the 5 observables of UAPs. We're seeing, like, these crazy high G turns, and they're flying at altitudes the drones can't fly at. The size is immense. These things are the size of SUVs in some cases. Yeah, they rival jetliners. They can fly as high as jetliners, and they're flying at night.
And they're outrunning F-16s and shit. Like, it's just, it's crazy.
So we don't know really what to classify them as. They're being called drones, but are they doing that purposely? In message, because drone is like a term that, like, colloquially we're all like, oh, drone, like I have a drone, right?
You know, a drone. It doesn't seem as bad.
Messing around, but the fact that they're flying them at night is its own mystery.
Speaking of its own
drone,
Speaking of its own mystery, dude. Have you seen the thing like with the Teslas? All the Tesla lights are going off in parking lots. The Cybertrucks and Teslas, just the lights start.
So I know that that's a feature of the car. You can have it do a dance.
Sure, yeah. And it opens the doors and stuff.
Sometimes, the windows and everything flaps.
But this is like unprovoked.
Oh.
Just like in parking lots. Have you seen these videos? They're all over the internet.
No.
And people are saying, is this connected? No.
Weird.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like empty parking lots, and these cars are going off.
Yeah, it could be connected. And the only reason I would say they possibly could be is because other people have been trying to send up their drones to look at the drones that we don't understand. And they can't. When their drones get up just a little bit in altitude, as soon as they get near, like, the vicinity of one of these mystery drones, they drop out of the sky.
Yeah, have you seen...
Or their battery drains.
Have you seen the orbs?
Yeah.
And the drones go to the orbs and then just, like, lose power?
Yeah. One was apparently recharging off of a power cable. It hooked onto a power cable.
What?
If that's true. That's the thing, is we're also getting a lot of weird information.
Sure.
It's not all... It's like the sources are just people. And that's actually the first thing I want to talk about. I want to show... So after we left off last week, the White House is.
Okay.
I thought it was crazy that the Secretary of Defense and advisor named John Kirby.
The Curb Master.
Let's play a clip of his response to the public. This is beginning of December, after our last episode. So about a week ago, this is the response. Everybody's freaking out. Your house has a SUV flying over it, and we're not able to say where it's from, who it belongs to, where they're going. Is it an enemy? Are they weaponized? Why are they over military bases? We have all these questions. So we want the White House to come out and give us some good answers. Yeah. And this is what we got.
Good
last
answers.
Week. Let's look at John Kirby.
To start from the beginning, or where are we starting?
Right there.
Right. Yeah. Now, finally, I just want to add a few comments on the reports of drone activity here on the East Coast, particularly in and around New Jersey.
Now look at the muscles in his face.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus.
We're all children.
The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating these sightings, and they're working closely with state and local law enforcement to provide resources using numerous detection methods to better understand their origin.
You're doing
using
something.
Very sophisticated electronic detection technologies provided by federal authorities. We have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings.
Whoa.
To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
What?
The United States Coast Guard is providing support to the state of New Jersey and has confirmed that there is no evidence.
What?
To the contrary, we're seeing nothing, actually. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, you guys are so silly. You're insane, people.
So jump to 158, because somebody in the audience, a reporter,
said, sir, what?
feels kind of the way you do. Yeah, they're like, wait a second.
Yeah, you're gaslighting me real
You're
good.
basically saying there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
That's a weird response.
To respond to such threats as well.
John, on the drones, does the U.S. government have any of its own imagery or video of these systems?
Of course you do.
I'm not aware that we have U.S. government produced imagery ourselves, but as I said in my opening statement, we have certainly done thorough analysis of the existing imagery.
Like from people's cell phones that we're seeing?
Dude, his face, though.
With what you're looking at, how can you credibly tell people that there is no public safety threat, there's no national security threat, that there's no reason to believe that a foreign government is involved?
Here in this
because the analysis thus far, in an investigation that is ongoing, has not revealed any national security or malicious intent or criminal activity.
Hey, idiot. Dumb.
Yeah, sorry, fool.
You didn't hear me?
Maybe I didn't explain what agencies are involved here.
Yeah, because that helps. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
The condescension is real.
And he smiled, that stupid smile the whole time. He's telling us, no, we actually don't have any video or pictures of our own. We're using cell phone videos from the public, and that's what we're analyzing.
Yeah.
What? That's why you don't think anything's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
You fool.
Yeah, and there's no way that's true.
Right, that can't be true.
Could you imagine the U.S. government is like, hopefully people take some pictures
Keep
or else
uploading,
we got nothing here.
Refresh TikTok. You over there. CIA desk. Refresh Instagram.
Yeah.
We got to find out what's
Sir,
going on
I don't
out
have
there.
TikTok because I think it's gonna give me malware. Look at all of my things. And
I
listen
need
to
you
me
to take your stuff, stand up, and leave the room.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense. CT said congressional Republicans Michael McCall. He's many Republicans, plural. Michael McCall today said that he believes some of those drones are from China.
Yeah.
Another rep said that they are from Iran.
Yeah, so we have members of Congress like making their own speculations.
That's so
just saying,
crazy.
Guess what? One of them was a mothership that Iran had put off of our coast. And they're flying.
Let's
Could
go.
you
with that.
imagine?
Like no, it's the most obscene thing. Can I tell you my theory?
Yeah, please.
My theory?
It can't be an Iran mothership because we operate like 300 miles off of our coast. Like that's where we train because all of the sensory like going on right at the border there. There's no mothership off the coast
there's
of the
a giant
US.
mothership. You didn't see it?
We just missed it.
Yeah.
And we don't know whether the drones are landing there. But he does.
Thankfully, a guy on TikTok took a picture of it.
Yeah. They have no pictures of their own. I can't believe that was his actual answer.
And the condescending, like, idiot. No, we're relying on you guys.
Did you hear the words Homeland Security?
Yeah.
They're the guys looking at this. Yeah. And there's nothing going on up there.
It's an ongoing investigation.
Right.
What don't you understand?
Yeah, no, we're at the beginning of this journey.
CT, I'm just kidding.
And we're pretty sure we know it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what? How could you say it's not a threat if you don't know what it is? You can't have it both ways. So I hate that answer.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Saying a lot of nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what they're good at. That's almost their job. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it's definitely us. But it's either us surveilling stuff
Interesting.
to make sure like maybe there was a threat called in, like, you know, or a biological weapon or something. And so we're like, all right, send the drones. And we're not going to tell the U.S. government's not going to tell the public, hey, by the way, there's some biological weapon and these are all our drones. Or
that's scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It stands to reason. It could, you know.
So
but,
Joe Rogan actually weighed in, and I have a clip, and he has a very similar theory. So,
but more important than Joe Rogan, my other theory.
Yeah, go for
it. It's still our weapons or drones. It's our equipment.
Yeah.
But we're just testing it, and we still, again, aren't going to be like, hey, by the way, guys,
test it
we're
over
just
neighborhoods. I don't think we would do that.
But I think it's not just testing. Probably not even testing the equipment.
Too dangerous.
No, it's not testing the equipment. It's testing our response.
Okay.
And it's testing how
PSYOP territory.
Yeah, well, I think it's testing our response and how, like, what's the term? Desensitized we are to this kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to be desensitized. Every news channel is talking about this every day, all day long.
Yeah, but there's nothing. They have nothing. And we're getting, dude, crap like that. And we're like, people are like, okay, all right, well, I guess Homeland Security is looking at it.
Well, no, I think the response, people are listening to this and saying like, wait, no, just like that reporter.
Yeah,
you're trying to lie to us here, or you're hiding something.
Yeah.
So Joe Rogan, play this next clip. It's 1 minute 13 seconds in. He has a very similar theory to what you just said with the bioweapon. He thinks that these drones,
smart guy.
And this is based off of something he saw on the internet.
This.
1 minute 13.
Okay.
So this is Joe Rogan's response.
Jogan.
And I think it's
Joe
safer
Rogan
to play it from the
posted this
news.
on X. This is the first video about these drones that has got me genuinely concerned. Here's some of that clip, which was also played yesterday on Rising.
The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something. Whether it be a person,
Jinx,
or
a person
trying to smell gas. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material.
Well.
And then he continued on, but we don't have that audio. Sorry. Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying.
That's interesting. Well, that was, I think,
and
debunked.
actually, CT just said the New Jersey mayor said it's linked to missing radioactive materials.
So yeah, that's a big theory out there.
Yeah.
There is a response team for this specific scenario. If there were to be a nuke lost on U.S. soil or that they were trying to locate, and that team hasn't been engaged. And we know that from an insider, somebody who knows the team and has spoken to them about this specific issue. And they said, if there's a nuke out there, they would have called us and we're at home.
Really?
So it's not a nuke. Yeah. And it's a credible
But would
source.
these people be honest? Would they say
to this person? I think they would. Yeah. And obviously if they would have given him a different answer, he wouldn't have told us probably.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, no, him telling us is, can we trust him?
Yes. I think we can trust the source because it's Ryan Graves. Ryan Graves, whistleblower from you know. So he actually reached out to his sources that do this specific task. And in there he said, nope, it's nothing radioactive. So whatever if you're hearing that, it's not true. And this was just for his personal, you know,
but
knowledge.
also, why not just lie to him if that is the case? You know, they could just lie to him, especially a whistleblower.
Yeah, anybody
maybe
can
I
lie to
wouldn't tell
anybody.
my information to a known whistleblower.
I don't know.
Fair point.
No, I don't
Right?
know. So,
Well, that's
again,
a fair point. You got to agree.
Well, so he didn't.
Maybe you don't spill the beans to the whistleblower.
So I shouldn't have
Right.
called him a whistleblower. Ryan
that's what he
Graves,
is.
he's not. So Ryan Graves was a Navy
a pilot.
fighter pilot who was investigated by the UAP task force,
Yeah, and spilled
and
the
then
beans.
was called by Congress to testify.
Yeah.
He didn't go public before he was called to testify.
I get you.
Right? Like it was like once the video was declassified and he was allowed to discuss the
discuss it,
situation,
he talked about it,
he
yeah.
spoke about it. He didn't come forward with the story. That's what a whistleblower does.
But still, he's someone in the public eye that might be
Right.
You know.
But I think I don't know. I trust the source. I trust that those people would tell him, and if they gave him a different answer, that he wouldn't say it. I know that he has. I mean, his whole thing
integrity.
is his whole thing is national security. The whole reason he did this testifying was to secure our airspace, and this is an incursion of our airspace. So this is his whole venture. He has a whole company based around securing airspace and reporting anomalies, and So I don't know. I trust the source. I do. I think Ryan Graves, if he spoke to people and these are the right people, I trust that
I'd hope that he would be honest
to the right
with us,
people.
and
he just wouldn't have brought it up.
I hope that there's somebody
that
that knows it and is trying to feed us information. But hey, I do want to know in the chat here, and if you're watching after the fact, in the comments, let us know what you guys think while you're hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe. We appreciate it. You already clicked the video. We love you for that. And if you could just do us the kindness of hitting that like button and subscribing if you're not already subscribed. Takes you 2 seconds. We're not going to blow up your feed or anything crazy like that. So we appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you guys. But yeah, dude, so I want to know what these people here think, what the general populace thinks, because I think that makes sense. And I'm cool with that if there is some threat of a weapon or some lost radioactive materials and we are using our resources to locate it. And our resources are, and we know, dude, look how far spread this is. From Jersey to the West Coast, we got drones in every corner in every major city looking for this stuff. That makes me feel safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is this how we would go about it, though? I don't know. Does this make sense? Let's think of the problem.
The question, I guess, would be, would it make sense if, let's say the premise is that they are looking for radioactive materials or something.
So
lost or otherwise. Lost or brought in by,
So there has to be a signature for it to be able to read.
Sure.
And it has to be somewhere where that signature can be released, right? Because it has to be picked up by a sensor of some kind.
Sure.
These things are flying in a surveying type pattern, but they started over military bases. That's how we first got there.
Which makes sense if they're ours. They start in military bases?
They're shutting down. No. The military bases don't know about it.
Do they not know?
They don't. They don't. Yeah, that's the problem. Is they're closing airspace over military bases because of incursions by drones. It happened.
But wouldn't they
3
have to
years
say
in
that?
a row. They've said it, and there's a public.
No, don't they have to say that? Even if it's their stuff that they're putting out.
Well,
they can't just be like, yeah, that's our. If they can't say it's their stuff, they'd have to say, yeah, but it's an incursion.
Why say anything at all? That's
because there's drones in the sky.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying to their own pilots, why would they put on a show? I guess
because they have to.
No, I just think that's silly. I don't think they have to.
Sub-Geo.
So yes, it could be. I wouldn't say nuke, and trying to find a nuclear signature from 40,000 feet, and then making these cool aggressive turns, and then zooming off at 100 miles an hour, and then flying over a neighborhood, and that doesn't look like. Some of these things are exhibiting weird behavior. That doesn't look like it's tracking some signature. Now, if it was a wave of drones constantly going over this, certain areas and then moving on to the next area or clustering over a certain part, but instead we're getting more drones to more places, and the same drones are staying in the same place that they were before.
Yeah.
And then
that's how you search. You don't give up where you.
It doesn't sound like
where you keep the stuff there and you add more. All right, let's make a grid and let's spread out and let's cover more territory.
So you make a grid and you kind of spread out and you keep going. These things are just aggressively growing in number.
Aggressive expansion.
Yeah, and can you? Let's ask the question: if you had some sort of nuclear device, because if that's what they're thinking it is. Could you see it from a drone? Is that the best way to try and locate it? Wouldn't it be with gear and boots on the ground, and based on what you know about, you know what I mean? This looks like just just throw stuff out there and see what happens. It doesn't look like a tight grid search like you would search for a person. It doesn't seem that way to me. I don't know.
But it's not searching for a person.
Yeah. It is because somebody's moving it. It's searching for a specific signature. And if that signature isn't found here and they continue on, they're adding more drones, but they're staying in the same place. I don't know. Is that the most effective way to send drones over people's houses? I don't know. You're going to find nuclear material over the nuclear bases that the incursions are happening on. So why are they there? Right?
Well, maybe that's where they started. Right?
No, again, they don't. We know that we don't. that they're coming in from some unknown and
no,
they're
that's
going
what
and
we're
leaving
being
to some
told,
unknown.
bro. That's what we're being told. That's not what we know.
So you think, okay, so you think that this is the truth, that there is a nuclear device that they're searching for, and this is how they're doing it? This is the best way of doing it?
Possibly. I mean, what? And again, if we're going under the premise that they're looking for radioactive materials, can you sit up? The frame's just a little low.
Is it low or is it
low.
getting low?
No, it hasn't moved. Trust me.
Okay.
I've been looking, actually, it's moving backward a little bit.
Yeah, I might have to fix it.
Yeah. So anyway, what were you saying? Let me try and fix this.
I'm just saying I don't think it's I don't know if this is the most effective way, but I don't know. We've never seen anything like this before. Has there been threats in the past? Don't we have satellites that can pick up radioactive signatures? Don't we have the ability? I know we have the ability to pick up all types of different signals from space. We don't need a drone to do that. That's a fact. We already have that technology. Whatever it is, the military definitely knows. I just don't think they'd put on a show. I don't think that they would close down their airspace and be like, oh, we have this weird UAV traffic. Sorry. I need you to loiter for another 30 minutes. We have security. We're trying to figure out what the drone issue is. They're not shooting them down.
They wouldn't be honest with us either way.
It's not us. It's this is internal. They're talking to each other.
But
It'd be putting on a show.
All we're hearing is what's getting out. So yeah, maybe they're putting on a show. But all we're hearing is what's getting out, and what's getting out is what they're being told.
Yeah.
So we don't know either way, right? We can't say we know, because what they're being told is what we're being told.
No, that's the problem. Is we don't know. They have to know. We have too much technology to not know. And so let's see. Over the Pentagon. Somehow they snuck a nuke in there because they're being seen over the Pentagon. So they're searching Pentagon officials' briefcases for this nuke. But let's check out this next clip.
What did you say?
I said, why are they searching over the Pentagon? Well, that's the most secure building in the world. Somehow they're looking for a radioactive signature that got into the Pentagon, I guess. That sounds silly to me. Okay. You're going to find radioactive material over nuclear bases. I don't think that's where they're starting. I think that's an incursion. And we know it's an incursion because it's happened for 3 years in a row. The incursions over Langley, UAPs, incursions over nuclear sites for 70 years. This is the first time that they're in such force that the public is seeing them on a regular basis and videotaping it. And that's why it's in the news. So I would play this video and let's look at some video of what these things look like.
Okay.
Because I have pictures of drones and what our stuff looks like.
Sure.
And you can throw a sensor on one of those. Why do we need this new technology with all this cool new bells and whistles to survey and do a grid search? I just don't think that makes sense.
It sort of does, though, dude. It sort of does. If that's what we have and that's what we need to use.
Why do we need to make high G turns and loiter for 7 hours over a neighborhood?
that's just the stuff we have. Then that's what we got.
But we have stuff that the public knows about.
So then maybe
could do the same thing, right?
Like what?
That can just scan in a grid pattern.
No, but that can make those turns and stuff and like.
No, nothing we know can do that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Some of these are exhibiting behavior that doesn't match with any known drone technology at all.
So who do you think it belongs to?
Who do I think it is?
Yeah.
If I were to guess, I would say so adversarially, China makes the most sense. Their drone program is insane.
We are allowing Chinese drones to outrun our F-15s and do whatever they want.
Would we scramble F-15s if they were ours? Are we doing that to ourselves? Like, why?
I don't know.
The show.
Where did you hear that F-15s are these things outrunning these? Where'd you hear this?
Ross Coulthart.
Who's that?
He's an investigative journalist who covered the story, who spoke to a pilot that chased one down. He actually talked to the guy that did it, that chased it. And then Ryan Graves, when he was interviewed recently by Joe Rogan, had said that these things have been witnessed making high G turns, which
that doesn't make sense.
Expels so much energy to do that in a craft that kills your battery life.
And it can't be manned. It can't be manned.
Right. It's not. Yeah. But even so, it would expel so much energy that you'd have a couple hours maybe. These things are still able to make these high G turns and then loiter for 7 hours in one spot.
Yeah.
What? There's nothing that does that.
So
there's
adversarially China. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of talk.
And if it's not China,
If it's not China, then it's our own technology. But why have we deployed it? What's the true purpose here?
100% is the question. I think that's the question that needs to be asked. And I think we're looking for something, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we are. And if we are, that's the scariest thing in the world. That is
it's terrifying, but
thing in the world.
That would give a great reason to not tell the public anything.
Yeah.
If there's a fucking dirty nuclear bomb, you know, and people are looking for it, and the government's looking for it, you don't tell the populace about that. I get that. You don't want to, cause an uproar and fear, right, and everybody. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. That's the scariest thing in the world. How did it get
terrifying.
here?
Yeah.
How did it get here? So for the same technology we would use to find it, I'm sure we use to prevent it. How did it get here?
It could have been built here.
The materials, all that stuff is tracked like so closely. Now we've lost nuclear bombs, and some other countries have. Some have been lost at the bottom of the sea, but we scan for this stuff. We scan for this. Literally,
but at every border of every entrance of this entire country, there's no way.
Well,
you sneak it in through Canada. You put it in a few car parts.
I don't know.
And you're there, baby.
No, that's not the part that's being tracked. It would be the
radiation.
Yeah, the radiation signature, whatever it is. If it's, and this is Department of Energy technology we've had since the 50s, and we can put it on a satellite, and we can. We know when somebody launches. We know when somebody tests. We know when somebody.
And we got
mines.
pictures. We got pictures of drones. We got more videos. Real quick, I do want to ask you about something. Speaking of radiation and radioactive materials, did you hear about this, dude? This my buddy sent this to me. He always sends me good stuff. He's a fan of the show.
Oh, cool.
And so John, what's up, brother? He sent this to me, and dude, this is a trip. So check it out. A species in Chernobyl is mutating to feed on nuclear radiation.
Cool. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. So it's a species of fungus.
Oh, yeah.
Of
course.
Of course it is. Because this fungus is the smartest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's learning because it's been in Chernobyl. It's had to mutate. So it's learned to feed on nuclear radiation.
Yeah.
So this is the most terrifying thing ever.
Yeah, it's adaptive. That's cool.
It's adaptive.
It shows you
Just
nature
like,
in real time how adaptive it is.
It's so scary.
Life finds a way.
Yeah, life finds a way. The worst Jeff Goldblum impression.
No, but that's what it is. He's always looking for the right word, and it comes
to say at the very
quickly
last,
at the end.
At the very last.
We got to give it a
cold.
Give it a virus.
Yeah. You know what? So it's an ongoing joke.
Here, always, for some reason, I'm pulling thoughts from.
They've never
air.
gone below my my belly.
What is this? Sparkle fingers.
Yeah. So for some reason, real quick, all of my impressions end up being Alan Alda. Okay. I don't know why this is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start as I'll be doing Ray Liotta from Goodfellas, right?
Yeah.
Like, as far back as I can remember, and I'll be like, if Jamie told Paulie that he was selling the drugs, and Paulie would have killed, and then I keep going though, Paulie would have killed it, and then it's Alan Alda from MASH.
Eventually it gets
Alan
there.
Alda from MASH fame. Yeah. But I was doing
it's a weird affliction.
Isn't it the weirdest thing? But Alan Alda, I think if you're gonna revert to anybody, may God bless me and Alan Alda.
Yeah,
right?
Great character actor. Pretty much played everything.
Alan Alda.
He should be the guy telling us about the drones, right?
Oh,
because he
got
plays
it
a
all
senator.
wrong.
He's always the senator or a judge or a prosecutor or a captain of the police.
Done it all.
He's that authority figure that's telling you how it is.
Yeah.
You guys, it's the FBI's involved. Didn't you hear Homeland Security's running tests on your iPhone pictures?
Yeah, but I was doing a Christian Slater impression. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, we'll be back next week.
Cool, yeah. I was doing a Christian Slater impression. It was great. I probably can't do it right now. It's him from In True Romance.
Yeah.
And there's every time. I'm not going to be able to do it. But neither here nor there. Better yet, the Drexel. Remember Drexel's character? It's Gary Oldman's character, Drexel. He plays the white guy who thinks he's black.
Oh, from True Romance.
True Romance.
Okay, same movie. Yeah.
Same movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't I say from the same movie?
No.
True Romance.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, so I was watching. So it's him, and he's like, "Oh, he must have thought it was White Boy Day." You know, he does.
That's my favorite.
We got
He's so
look
funny.
who we got here. A motherfucking Charlie
Dude,
Bronson.
Gary Oldman doing that.
Dude,
is
but
so
here's
fun.
the best thing is I watched an interview with Gary Oldman about the movie during the time he's in full makeup, and he's like, you know, it's funny the way this Quentin Tarantino writes.
Yeah,
it's not like anybody really talks like with.
I've seen the Penguin do the same thing. In
It's
full makeup.
Colin Farrell, yeah. Instead of talking like this,
he's talking in an Australian accent.
No, he's Irish,
or Irish. He goes, I'd like to
Can you
thank
fucking
everybody.
believe this? Yeah.
Such a great crew here, and he's in this full bat suit and scar face. Yeah,
dude, he's so good. He's so good.
It's just such a fine crew, y'all. Y'all done such a great job here, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, you're like, wait, what? Yeah, that's you.
You know what's funny?
Thought they were just saying.
You mentioned him because literally, like right before that, I saw a clip of. I just watched clips of Gary Oldman. No, I saw a clip of Colin Farrell on the red carpet, and Gary Oldman comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, I love your work. I'm a big fan."
And he was like, oh, "Motherfucker, thought it was White Boy Day."
yeah, that's what happened. He's like,
Irish guy.
He's like, "Oh my god, thank you so much. Biggest fan of yours. Biggest fan." You know? And then
they both looked at each other and they're like, we're both doing fake accents.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like yours is
my real accent's American. Yeah, me too, bro. No, he's talking to him and then Gary Oldman walks in, love your work. And then he's like, that's incredible. That's Gary Oldman, one of the greatest actors.
How do they like prevent from doing each other's accents? Because it's hard when someone's doing an accent to not accidentally do it.
do it.
Just as like an American.
Even watching like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, like an Australian talking to
fuck the Mayweathers. And I'm like, oh yeah, you bro. I mean,
right? It's weird. Or even like a New Yorker, you start to almost have that slang. So like two people with like a similar accent, it must be weird. I don't know. It would be hard.
The best thing that we can actually talk about
make
drones.
fun of them.
Yeah, but the best thing is still the Christian Bale freaking out on the set of Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
But he'll go, check your email. Okay. He'll go in and out of the accent. And so he's like, it's fucking distracting when you're here and I am trying to act and I see you walking by.
That's such a good movie.
I know, but him going in and out of his Welsh accent.
So those drones look like these drones, kind of.
Dude, we solved it. Terminator Salvation.
No, remember the Terminator drones?
Yeah.
That's what these kind of look like, which is funny enough.
Do we have pictures of
but play this video. I've been wanting you to play this.
You said
5 seconds in. Start at 5 seconds in, so we don't have to look at this face.
I want to look at this face.
It's cool. The Guy Fawkes Max.
Dude, I think
it's become a thing.
No, for sure. I think that what are these guys called? Anonymous are like the last vestige, the last real like fight, the last voice against these giant corporations. And
there's
like
a lot
anybody
of these,
can do anything.
You have to be anonymous.
But these guys, I know.
Because look what happened to
dude,
all
like
of
that,
them.
like that's
sucks.
I know, but that story of that kid, like Sony, I forget this big company was like going to sue him.
Yeah.
And then Anonymous came out. I think I talked about it on the show. Anonymous came out and said, "Nope." And then what did they do? They did this.
Yeah.
They said,
"No, motherfucker, you ain't suing him. And if you don't get rid of that lawsuit, we're gonna leak your email and your everything."
It's cool to have a group out there.
Yeah, you're gonna be screwed.
Keeps people in check.
For sure.
The movie Hackers. Yeah, there's that group.
That movie's dope.
Yeah, Hack the Planet.
Drones flying over Vegas Strip right now. I believe.
Yeah, no, I've heard reports locally that there are some here. They've made it to every state. But again, what do we know about this stuff? Some of it has to be hobbyists. Some of it has to be our stuff. But why are they exhibiting such like unknown behaviors? That's the weird. So here, play the video. Let's look at some of this.
Do you want to play this video?
Here.
I can't tell if you want to play this video.
Yeah, because we should.
They're
look at the
huge and
drones.
super fast. The way they hover is creepy. There was like 10 to 15 more that pop up.
That sucks.
She just saw them. Dude,
in America, you can't make drones
bro.
like that. You can't build a drone that you can't operate from line of sight. It's illegal. You need a pilot's license to operate anything above a certain altitude that's not within line of sight.
Yeah.
The FAA has all these regulations, so it prevents people from really innovating in this area outside of the bounds of the government. In China, they put on these shows that are like magnificent with drone technology. So you can tell they've made huge strides there. So if anybody were to take advantage of everyone in the government going on holiday, that's who it would be. Who sent the balloon? I don't know. To me, it does seem a little... And there's all these rules about shooting things down in neighborhoods. People are like, why haven't we shot them down yet? Because they're over your house, buddy. Yeah, and it's the size of a car. If we shot it down, all this is doing is pointing out huge gaps in our national security. So if we are doing it to ourselves, we are giving the adversaries so much information. We're showing them how we react to things as a populace. We're showing them what we're allowed to do in our own airspace and what we're not. It's showing where the gaps are as far as military installations and critical infrastructure. Why are we giving away all of this free information and doing it to ourselves and then putting on a big show at the Air Force bases and pretending? That's why, to me, it feels so weird to say we're doing it to ourselves. We're just, all we're doing is giving away free info. We can test cool stuff in the desert over here and nobody sees anything. We've been doing it for 100 years. Yep. Why are we doing it over neighborhoods in New Jersey? Why start there?
That's the question, though. Exactly.
But now we're everywhere. Now that this is happening all over the country. So if you're looking for something, you have no idea where it is. And that's even scarier of a prospect than them looking for a nuclear device, is that they have no idea where to start or how to do it. And I think loitering in the same place for 7 hours and then making high G turns and disappearing over the, over the ocean. Why is that the way? Is that how you search for things? I don't know. That just seems bizarre. But play some of these videos and tell me if you think this is terrestrial technology or this is government testing technology.
GL said it's the Dems. Yes, I heard.
A lot of people think that.
They're in Vegas. Haven't seen any here. But it's super cloudy.
Oh, huge UAP story.
Arizona hasn't had any.
There was a huge sighting in Oregon just a few days ago. There's a huge sighting.
Arizona hasn't had any. Is that true? That's crazy.
I don't know if that's true.
That's a trip.
Dude, the map is covered at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's play this video.
Yeah.
Explain this.
So that's the light that they have at the Pentagon.
You actually have to fulfill certain rules in order for your picture.
Yo, what?
They put that up there for the 20th anniversary of something. But look at that.
This is above the Pentagon.
It's above the Pentagon.
If it's our stuff, we're looking at our own Pentagon.
Med Flight 8 Patterson Tower, use extreme caution for heavy UAS movement on the base. Security forces is handling the situation.
David Chica Flemington says he's been seeing hovering orbs of light.
Down airspace.
I can't describe it because I've never seen it before, so people think you're crazy. And it just sat there, and all of a sudden it just... like you literally blink and it's gone.
And he was hoping to see National Grid working on some lines, and that is when he saw flashing red, blue, and white lights coming from the sky. This is some of the video that he sent us that you're seeing here.
He said
it spooked him, although Scott Kibbe did not realize what it was at first. He says the drone was moving in all sorts of directions. Both sheriffs for Albany County and Saratoga County say they've received numerous phone calls from residents about this as well.
I really was kind of not sure what I was doing and seeing, so I was even more skeptical. That's why I wanted to get video. I was very surprised. It was there for a lengthy period of time. I'd say that it was in that space for at least 45 minutes.
These three lights that were in
doesn't take
sort of a
45 minutes to scan
triangle kind of formation, an odd-looking thing,
one.
and I'm thinking that doesn't look like a plane.
So
it started flying erratically.
Witnesses at first thinking it was aircraft heading to nearby Camp Pendleton.
You can hear them.
These things get clocked at a couple hundred miles per hour. They can fly up to 40,000 feet.
Zip over his head toward the Pacific Ocean.
You know, it's just kind of scary to think like who's watching, and the fact that we contacted the sheriff.
So how about another theory? So now, what if, because now, like I said, some of these things are exhibiting strange behavior.
Yeah.
Some of the observables they can outrun an F-15. Those things, that means they can go supersonic. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
For a drone to be able to fly for 4 hours and then go supersonic.
But if it's our technology, I hope we have that. Right.
But why were we scrambling jets to chase it? That's silly. That's what I mean about the show. Here's why you would really keep something secret. What if...
Talk to me.
What if we had something in our airspace that we've been trying to hide for a long time, right? Now, what if to kind of take away from seeing those, you throw up some of these? That makes sense to me.
You think they're a distraction?
It's kind of a, hey, that's weird, but look at all these drones. It's probably a drone.
Where are they saying, hey, that's weird, though?
Drone. The videos. Have you seen some of the... like the orb videos? There was one they just showed.
Yes. Okay. So you're saying those are
they're also
things that were
changing shape.
Yeah.
So they'll float and then they'll turn into what looks like a jet and take off at a couple 100 miles per hour over the seaboard. Okay. That's crazy stuff. Then there's these orbs being seen everywhere. Channel 7 actually caught an orb. I have a video of it. News Nation. I think this next one here probably has that video in it. It just looks like a ball of electricity. A lot of these things that people have been seeing for a long time, these like the Foo Fighters, these unidentified objects that seem to be intelligently controlled. So what if you had an incursion over your airspace and this is how you dealt with it? You threw up a bunch of, prosaic stuff that was a little strange, that was maybe a little more high tech than what people are used to seeing.
Again, your same question.
Yeah.
Why are they scrambling jets?
Because that secret is way higher than looking for a nuclear device. So the teams that would go out and look for a nuclear device are not read in on the UFO.
So
on the UFO
the jets that are being scrambled,
have always been scrambled for this topic since the beginning.
Okay,
of the
but why are they
secrecy.
chasing the drones, which are seemingly the distraction in your scenario?
No. Well, they're chasing. It's part of it, right? So
they're chasing orbs. They're chasing the orbs. You're saying?
Well, if it's out running an F-15, that wasn't a drone. Yeah, they were chasing something else. That's not the drone. But the drones are up there as part of the noise. It's just part of the noise. But you cover up an actual sighting, real mass sightings with more prosaic technology that can be dismissed.
Alexi, read what Alexi just wrote. Alexi
it's called dark matter. They expose themselves, the orbs. The drones are two different things. Agreed. This is two different things. The drones, I think,
he said, love your podcast, guys. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
Alexi Reyes.
Yep.
Friend. Yeah, wild. And he said, what do you say next?
Remember those UAP was caught disabling our missiles on video. They disabled one of the drones. They can't be tracked. There's no signals coming off of them that we're able to pick up. So they're using frequencies that we don't have any type of countermeasures for.
Sure.
They're able to prevent from being tracked or targeted. Mm-hmm. And then they can disappear in a matter of seconds to an unknown, undisclosed location. So if there were real UAP out there in mass, maybe this is what you throw up there if you're part of that secrecy to make some noise, to prevent people from really looking at what matters. Why now? Why this way? Maybe it's because the technology's there.
Or why now? Why this way? Maybe because this is the time that these orbs are in the freaking sky.
And this is the best time to do it if you're going to scramble drones. I mean,
so
Christmas.
What are the orbs?
The true UAP. I think there are some technologies that we either
this
possess.
Isn't us, or it is.
Oh, it could totally
terrestrial.
Some of it could be us, yeah. But I think some of it is the real deal. I think we got some real
legit UAPs.
Yeah, non-human intelligence.
Yeah, like extraterrestrial stuff.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
What's your percentage on it being extraterrestrial versus terrestrial?
The weird stuff.
The orbs, yeah,
the orbs.
Because we can agree 40, these drones are our tech, right?
Yeah, I think the drones, because
if they're China or us, they're terrestrial, they're man-made.
But again, we're giving too much information away. What secret are we hiding that we're willing to give all of our adversaries this much data?
We're not giving them.
We're giving them everything.
What are you talking about?
They know every rule we can't break about our own airspace. They know what we are able to do tactically. They know times. They know how we scramble things. What our ability is to respond, and what the handcuffs are in certain areas. Dude, we've given a lot of info away.
With just how we've responded to these drones,
Yes.
we've given away the playbook?
We've given away a lot of info that we didn't need to. We can test this stuff in the desert. We don't test it over a neighborhood.
And I'm certain we do.
Yeah.
So then what has changed?
That's why I think it's either an adversary or it's to cover up a deeper secret and make more noise.
Or possibly it is them tracking some dirty bomb.
So then what's the weird stuff? Why throw that up there? Why not just have your standard drones with the sensors just going off in an array and moving from place to place?
Maybe it's sort of the opposite of what you're saying. Maybe the weird stuff is to take away from, oh look, it's just, who knows, crazy.
But they immediately drones, boom, drones, messaging, drones.
And those
drones,
orbs, dude, they don't even make sense.
Yeah.
They don't make sense.
So recently, Schumer, who's been pushing for this National Defense Authorization Act with the non-human intelligent language in it, he wants eminent domain over the defense contractors to go get the saucers.
Yeah.
He's saying, we know that there's a there. We know where they are. We want the authority to go get it and study it, right? So they've all but admitted we have crash retrieval. How many hearings have we seen where these guys are saying we have non-human intelligent vehicles? Okay, so that stuff exists. He recently started calling them UAPs and stopped calling them drones.
Mm-hmm.
So we have
did he really?
Yeah. So we have the head of the Democratic Party in the Senate using the word UAP about the drones instead of the word drones. The messaging has always been drones.
And he changed the nomenclature?
He personally is calling UAPs. He's not calling them drones anymore.
He personally used to say drone.
No, everyone else did. The messaging from the beginning has been drone. Look, it's drones.
Got you, yeah.
But then when he talks, the guy who actually wants this legislation, he doesn't use that word. He says UAP. So there's something interesting to that.
He's forcing an agenda or something specific.
He's
using that language
to use
for a
that
reason.
language. Yeah, he's not going with the messaging. He's saying, if it's unidentified, it's unidentified. And we're seeing some stuff that we can't explain. Yeah. So it falls under UAP and it needs to be investigated. And that's what the hearings are about. Securing our airspace, investigating the weird stuff. This is weird stuff. And maybe the drones are a distraction from the weird stuff. But yeah, play this News Nation clip here. I thought this was interesting. 1 minute, 32 seconds in.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because again, let's get some more. The more information we have, the better guesses we can make.
You said 132?
Yeah.
Can you see that? I can't see that. Oh, there we go. I got it.
Okay.
Seeing drones as big as SUVs, are there any drones that big?
I can't find one. If the flight, the way these things are flying, a drone that's going backwards and forwards, the size of a small bus, there's not one built that can do that.
So
not that I'm aware of, and I've been doing this for a long time.
To the government.
Okay.
He's saying we
the
can't
size
build
of a
this.
small bus, it would have to be more traditional fixed wing or a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a drone, whether it's got 4 propellers or 20 propellers. It's you're not going to find a small bus.
This is
like
the guy.
that.
Will, you are both a drone expert and a sociologist, as I said, and you say you think that we're witnessing a case of mass sociogenic technophobia, a modern form of basically shared panic driven by fear of technology. What do you mean? Explain this.
I don't like to call it panic per se,
Yeah,
but
I
do
cut him
think
off.
what we're going
I can
through.
summarize what he's going to say.
Please.
And some people think this. A lot of people in the drone world, they think Christmas time people get drones for presents.
Hold on. Standing Stone says it's over my house tonight. Bro,
Take a picture.
This is insane. Take a
Post
picture
it,
for
comments,
sure.
Let's see
Post it on our community page
Please.
on YouTube.
Yeah, we would love to see that.
Yeah, GL2 and CT. If you said you had somebody sending you pictures,
McKenna, you said
put them on,
something
post
in
them on the
Vegas.
community page,
Yeah,
please.
let's take a look at these. I think there are. So there
Can we
are.
post
It is
on the
Christmas
community page?
time.
I don't even know how it works.
Yeah, I think
Can people post that aren't us? We'll figure it out. We have a TikTok.
In the
I don't know,
comments, you can post it.
Oh
right?
yeah, of course.
So you put in the comments. But yeah, so
3 of them.
So these are drone. These guys make drones for the U.S. government and the U.S. and these are the guys. They're saying what these things are doing, we can't make something that does that.
Yeah.
You need a helicopter to put something in the air that long and that big. It can't be a drone. I don't care. He's like, you can put 7 propellers on it or whatever you want. It's not going to work. And there's no battery array that it's just the physics aren't there, or we would have it. But we're seeing it. So there's some breakthrough here. Where are the breakthroughs in drone technology happening? They're happening in China, or they're legit UAPs.
Yeah. Hey, Gio, what email did you send it to? Because there's a couple. If you send it to Cameron at TPTNSLV.com or at TPTNSLV.com, let us know which one. He sent a video. He said,
"Oh, cool.
He wants us to see."
Yeah.
Let us know which exact one you sent it to. But sorry, go on. And we got some.
So let Trump weighed in on this, and I think I think it. So remember, Donald Trump was a president. Presidents continue to have intelligence briefings for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still read in. Trump is, which means in a national security issue like this, he would know what was going on. He also has full-time security detail. Right? So he's a former president. He gets briefings.
Yeah.
He weighed in, and I have that video. Let's see what Trump had to say about the situation.
What did Trump say about this, bro?
So this is somebody who would know.
He has some knowledge.
Exactly.
For sure.
They would tell him, and he's the president-elect. 53 seconds.
Yeah, he is the current president-elect.
Our assessment is that this is lawful, legal,
he just
commercial,
he won't
hobbyist,
admit there's anything wrong.
and even law enforcement aircraft activity. Some of it's manned, some of it's unmanned.
The government knows what is happening.
The President-elect Trump, in a wide-ranging news conference yesterday, said government officials know more than they're letting on.
For some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense.
And beyond the suspense, the question remains, what
has weight? He's not saying it, but he does know. You have to remember, he's still read in. He is a former president, and he is the president-elect. He's telling us the government, the military knows what's going on, and they would be better off to just tell us. He's a disclosure guy. He's
100%. And I couldn't agree more. Obviously,
right?
Obviously.
So he must know. He's not
You
willing
think he
to
knows
say
something?
I think he knows.
And he's
exactly
like, it's not my place.
Yeah, but read into this what you will.
Yeah.
They've been seen over his club that he was supposed to be going to, and he said he canceled his trip because of these drones.
Oh, so he's afraid of this.
So he's read in, former president, now president-elect.
So him being afraid should make us terrified.
Right. What's that about? If these drones are there, if they're ours and there's no risk, why is he canceling his trip? Why is he towing the line here by not saying it? It's not me. It's not for me to say, but the government should come clean and just say what it is. The current president knows what it is. He should tell you. This is a guy that probably knows what's going on. So there's a lot there.
Yikes.
It's very telling what he's saying there, as far as I'm concerned.
If he's scared, be afraid. Be very afraid. So will you read some of this chat that's going on?
So Alexi's saying Trump made the Space Force. He got prepared years ago before all of this. He knows something dark, but I think he doesn't play it right. Exactly. You know what happens? He doesn't have power yet. Yes, I think he does know, and it's not on him to disclose anything. It's on the current administration. It's on the military. It's on the press secretary or whoever. It's this administration's job to tell us what's going on, right? They're the executive branch. He's the president-elect, but he's not in office yet.
He's not in office.
But he canceled his trip.
Dude, that's so creepy. And he says, without a shadow of a doubt, he's very certain and he chooses his words wisely. He says, they know what this is.
They know. There's no way there's no way
Dude, bro,
from space,
these guys would be losing it. These jerk-offs who are going on TV saying, oh, I'm not sure. They would be losing it if they actually had no idea. Could you imagine? They'd be scrambling.
No, it's insane.
They'd be like, dude, we gotta get... They'd lose it, bro. They wouldn't just be there like, oh, yeah, so Homeland Security is looking into it.
Yeah.
No, they would be fucking Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah, so there's more truth here. There's something actually happening, and we don't know. They won't tell us what it is. Trump says be afraid of it. Yeah, that's what made me laugh.
That's the greatest. Yeah. He says, "Let's go." We got aliens before GTA 6.
Yeah. So
we all knew that was gonna happen.
So let's throw up some pictures of some military drones, because we looked at some videos. Basically, these orbs are becoming drones. Drones are becoming orbs in some of these cases. Yeah. And then you just have your standard drone up there.
Yeah.
Then you've got some that are the size of a car loitering for 7 hours. So there's this wide array of technology, but none of it seems to look like this. This is what we have. This is what we use. This is cutting edge. This is the best of the best stuff we're about to look at. This is what we use for warfare. This is what we use in other countries when we're trying to pick up signals and spy on things and find signatures of nuclear weapons or any weapon program. This is our spy stuff. Yeah. This is our best stuff, and this is what it looks like. Keep going. Sure. There's that one. We've got a few pictures here. So
we had aliens.
We're not
before
seeing
GTA
that one.
1.
Look at this is your basic little drone there.
Multi-propeller bad boy.
So that thing's probably for longer loiter time. It probably has sensors on it.
Yeah.
I could see you sending that out for a grid search, but that can't make high G turns.
Yeah, there's no way.
That can't turn into an airplane and fly at Mach.
And dude, the national security dude said these are manned aircrafts.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks that
that's
they're
not
just regular airplanes. Yeah,
that's not right.
Yeah,
we can agree.
Yeah,
that can't be a manned aircraft.
No.
And
look at this. This is a bomb with wings, pretty much. This thing. It's crazy. Look at that.
So, Get 'em said government can't say they identified it because it would be considered an act of war.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. And that's so true. And we've talked about that even. Chabot, what did CT and Chabot say, Jay?
So the general consensus here is that it's China, the U.S. government, or aliens. Those are the big three. I would agree. Yeah. Or like I said, we have the one theory where you have something else that you want to hide, so you throw a bunch of traffic in the air to hide something else. So that's a possibility.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You drown it out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what we're doing. Again, you would have to be. Would it be that deep secret program that we haven't been willing to talk about for years? It would have to be like the legacy UAP stuff. Trying to hide that with drone technology that nobody's seen before, but we're giving too much information away. That's why I don't think it's us. We've given so much away. Every day that this goes on, we're showing weakness. We're showing so much. We're showing gaps in our national security. I don't like it. That's why, to me, this looks like an intelligence gathering operation from an adversarial country more than anything. I would put that as number one. Hiding UAP traffic, number two. And then possibly searching for a weapon, maybe biological, number three. I don't know if it's
I think that's super. That's top of my list. Searching for a biological weapon or a chemical weapon of some kind, or they're testing a reaction and they're saying, let's treat them like mushrooms. Feed them shit and keep them in the dock.
Yeah, but psyoping us, like I said, it's giving a lot of information to adversaries.
But
what are they trying to psyop us for? What's the point? So is this for mass disclosure of some kind?
Maybe, and maybe to your point about Chuck Schumer before, even the language he uses, maybe they're gearing up to be like, by the way,
I would hope that'd be the case.
Boom.
Yeah,
you know?
I would love that. I would love but is this the way to do disclosure? This is. We've seen the reaction. Right now, UAPs we're seeing every so often. We might capture something here or there. It's not massive waves of these things flying over neighborhoods. The biggest sighting was the Arizona sighting where the whole city, Phoenix
Lights, yeah, of course.
That's probably like the biggest UAP sighting that's still unidentified. They said it was flares, but we know it wasn't.
Yeah, flares don't stay there and move in unison. Yeah, that was nonsense.
So so to me, it makes the most sense that it's intelligence gathering.
I got you.
That makes sense to me. Did we show all the drones?
No, not all of them.
Yeah, I think that bomb one's the last one. And then I have us caught up to today. So this is the this next video. This is where we are today. released again from the White House. This is the info that they're feeding us on this.
Hold on. What's this email thing? Did you get the email? Oh yeah. So send it to tptnslv@gmail.com.
You already told him. Is it not there?
I'll check right now.
Okay.
But while we're watching a video,
check it while you watch the video.
All right, here.
And it's 18 seconds in. So this is NBC Today covering this.
Last night on stream, we spent...
I don't know what that is. 18. Is that the video?
No.
No, it's NBC video.
Well, that was your last video, bud. We'll find it.
No, that's the last video.
Okay, we'll get it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
This one?
18 seconds in. No, that was the first one.
Yeah.
It was there, the link. It was on the notes.
Okay, well, we'll see. This pod is a lot. Love it. Yeah, live podcast, man. It's not easy, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
But especially with...
So yeah, it's after Trump. We saw Trump's reaction. This is CNN.
Is that? I think
no, it looks like this at the beginning.
Okay, we don't got that, buddy.
It's there.
Right,
It's
I
in the
can
notes.
add it. I mean, shit. I'll add it. Live podcast. How about you talk to the people while I add this fun?
So let's read some of this chat. Okay, so people want us to look at this email. So yeah, you need to have the chat on the screen, which we did.
Pull the chat up.
This whole thing is starting to really freak me out, says Tina. Yeah, it is scary, especially when you are intentionally being kept in the dark. We literally had the spokesperson in the White House tell us that we actually are getting no signs of anything strange whatsoever. That's the wrong response. Don't treat us like children. And then the condescension in his voice as he did it, not okay. The press asking good questions and then saying, we have cell phone videos. We're fine. Like, we'll figure this out. Meanwhile, someone's got an SUV over their house. That's not okay. All right. So yeah, we got... I'm ready to pack it up and go off the grid, says Lee. Scary stuff. If Trump's scared of this and changing his travel plans because of it, maybe there's something to be worried about.
Yeah, no, that's the scariest part to me.
Interesting stuff says, nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see. Please disperse. Truly, I wanted to caption this episode. Good news, folks. Drones don't exist because that's basically what they're trying to do right now. Yeah. So we've got and Alexi agrees. Peter coming in. Let me see what I got here. It just came to me. Hear me out. Just putting it together.
Yeah. I want to hear it.
Drones are there. Yes. We are all mystified until normalized. Yes. Okay. There's something to that. The crops, the technology is available that can obviously be able to attach mechanized equipment onto a drone, of course, and large drones have been reported. McKenna's saying it's giving her pre-pandemic vibes.
Ooh.
All of this, before something
and McKenna's
serious
locked
happens.
in, dude. Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah.
But after all these drone sightings, they're worried about using the drones as a delivery system for something, which is scary. If this is an adversary, then this is something we need to take care of. I feel like militarily, we have a lot of handcuffs and even Congress is asking for more powers to be able to deal with this problem because they're expecting it to happen again. Now, what has every congressional hearing about UAPs been about? Securing our airspace, identifying anomalies, being able to report unidentified objects and do it in a way where you're not laughed at or demoted so that we can start figuring out what this stuff is. Now, we've stigmatized this thing for so long that when it came to our doorstep, we didn't have any plan in place to deal with it. And we've shown so much weakness and so many gaps in the way that we've dealt with this so far. It bothers me. So we're going through the email right now. I know a lot of people want us to check this email out.
Yeah, and I found the video too, man. Yeah. And I moved your camera. I did so much work. Live podcast, bro. Like you said.
Viruses dropped from drones. So, So we know that that drones, these drones are affecting other drone technology. People are trying, if you haven't heard about this, when they try and put their drones up in the air to take pictures of these drones, their drones die. The batteries die, or they won't go above a certain altitude, and then they drop out of the sky. So these things have countermeasures. They're protected. We know they're protected from normal tracking. We know that there are people in this industry that from day one have been trying to figure out using what we would normally use in a war zone to track and trace, and we can't. That's scary. Outrunning F-15s is a different story, but
yeah, what is that, dude?
We can't track and trace them. They have countermeasures. They're able to loiter for 7 hours and make high G turns. They can they can change their outward appearance from something that looks more drone-like to something that looks more like an airplane, and then take off at Mach. So what are we dealing with? It's crazy stuff. But yeah, so I think what some people in the chat are getting to is we're normalizing the idea of having UAPs in our airspace for disclosure at some point. I like that theory, and I really would love if that's what it was, because that elevates consciousness around the world. We all learn something. We all get to figure out, hey, we're not alone. We can start moving in the direction of this technology. We are a one people of this planet. And I think that'd be a great thing. What I don't want it to be is searching for a biological weapon. I don't want it to be enemy technology.
Of course not.
Finding gaps.
Of course not.
And that we can't track.
But these are viable options.
Yes, like I said, that's number one for me is adversarial. But Homeland Security and the White House is adamant that there is no threat.
Yeah.
But what does that truly mean? Is there's no direct threat? There's no payload? Because these things are going over military bases. If you're the size of if you can carry a payload, they'll shoot you down. Go drive near Area 51. They will shoot you for crossing a fence line. But they're not willing to take down drones?
Oh, I found Given Life's video.
It's kind of strange. I don't know.
It's very strange.
Add up. Yeah.
Okay, downloading it. Okay, here it is.
Oh, this is cool. So we got a video.
Yeah, all right. So let me hook it up so that the audience can see this bad boy.
Yeah, interesting timing, this whole thing. That's true, Gina.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Dude, live. What a blast. Blast.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why you got to do it this way. McKenna says, I don't think they're going to spray anything. I think it just shows that we have no plan. Agreed. And then other countries are practically invaded through technology. I'm with you, McKenna. I think that other countries have been allowed to excel in this area. China specifically. They don't have the handcuffs that we have here. And we've seen go online and search these shows. They have these amazing drone shows that look like 3D monsters walking through the streets. It's like the craziest, coolest thing you've ever seen. But if they can do that, they can definitely do this. And this is intelligence gathering. This is what you do. You poke and you kind of see how people react. You see how the military reacts. So when you need to make a play, what's going on in the world right now? We got a lot of action going on. For a time that feels like consciousness is being raised and people are actually becoming more awake to, the ethereal or to what's really possible out there. It seems like there's an awakening, but at the same time, we're still there's wars on multiple fronts. It's just so polar opposite of each other. It's weird. Like, how could we be becoming more awake and aware of what's possible, etherically and energy wise, and then still be violent and territorial?
Because we're not that evolved, brother.
Eventually, that has to end.
Yeah.
And it
are you ready to
always end
see
well.
our boys in video here?
Here we go.
All right, this from GL. Let's see what we got, and make sure you guys can hear this. You should be able to.
Yeah.
On my way home, this is what I see in the cloud.
Is that a flash of light? What was that?
Yeah, there's like something in there, dude.
Oh, what? Yo.
There's no other clouds really around, though.
Yeah, there's only one. That's weird.
Yo, yeah.
That's creepy, dude.
It's not doing it in them clouds over there.
Yeah, there's something in there.
It's this cloud right up over here.
That's pretty bizarre.
Hold on, baby. See it better right here.
No, but you got the street in the way.
Right there.
It's still doing
the
it?
lights all in the way.
Oh,
Dude.
shit. Yeah, what the heck is that? That's weird.
Yo, is that
That's
just
cool.
lightning? There's no way.
Like
There's like
inside?
one cloud.
No, yeah.
One
that's
giant cloud.
bizarre.
Bro.
I don't know. That's
What did
pretty
you
quick
catch, my
succession
man?
for lightning. Look at that. That's weird. Yeah.
And it's just behind the cloud.
It is. Yeah. It's almost. And
It's not like you see it come above or below or to either side of it.
No.
I was not doing it in them clouds back there, though.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yo.
That's a cool video, man. Thanks for sending that.
These right here.
Yeah.
That's a trip, dude.
Like the theory that the UFOs are alive. Some of them.
Yeah,
That
dude.
makes so much
what's
sense.
that movie? Get Out? Not Get Out. But
Yeah.
the sequel to that.
Nope. Yeah.
yeah.
Which is
Nope.
genius. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So if you were a species born in the universe,
Yeah.
what would you look like? What would your camouflage be? Let's think of animals that survive in their environment here on Earth.
Yeah.
You would develop a skin that would blend you in with the universe, right? Some sort of stealth, like a octopus, okay?
Yeah.
You would have lights because stars and nebulae and everything, there's all these colors and brilliant lights out in the universe. So if you were traveling through the cosmos and you wanted to blend in, you would have bioluminescence of some kind, right? So some of these
Sure.
things fly in here and they look like shark skin,
Yeah,
and they have bioluminescence if it's living, and maybe it feeds in of some. That's how it eats.
So you're saying that's potentially the explanation for GL's video?
No, I'm just saying that's potentially an explanation for some of the sentient life out there. We don't know what's out there.
But if you have bioluminescence, why wouldn't you be able to look like a like that
and
behind a
stealth,
cloud?
and you were able to blend into as a cloud, or look like a cloud, or blend into the universe, look like stars, or be this shark skin, sleek looking thing that UFO saucer shaped. It's perfect for moving quickly through. Your aerodynamic for moving through atmospheres and feeding from one planet to another. Like it's cool. It makes sense. I like it. Like a predator. Out there from space.
Straight up. Yeah.
Just a born predator that looks like something creepy. It's cool.
It is.
Okay. I'm trying to get to this. Yeah. And he says he's trying to get the stuff from in Utah because he had a better camera for that.
Okay.
But yeah, always, please send us stuff when you have it. We love to show this
Dude,
stuff.
Mike H said, can anybody take a video without shaking like a twig? I know, it's funny. Every time you see a video.
Well, yeah, especially when you zoom in.
It's hard when you're, I was just going to say,
Go
it's
take a
hard when
picture
you're
of the
zoomed
moon.
in, bro. Yeah.
How many beautiful moons do you try? And it looks
the
like shit
slightest
every
movement.
time.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a blur. And
It's
you're like,
so funny.
You're missing this beautiful moment I
I
wanted
know.
to share with
like
you.
the coloring and like you can see all this cool shit. And then you look at the
bright
picture
red, and it's just garbage. Yeah.
And it's this big.
Yeah.
And when you originally took the picture, you zoomed up, it was huge. And
Yeah,
then it's
you
this
thought you
big
had
and this
it.
little speck, and you go to send it to your chick
It's
or
just
something.
blur,
You're like,
yeah.
well, this is just pointless.
I swear it's a cool moon tonight.
Yeah,
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. But you're like, oh, dude, wait for this, and then you go to take the picture, like, oh, the picture's shit. Never mind.
Every time.
I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Heading home. Sorry, it's not a great picture.
Did you get this NBC video?
Yeah, I got it.
So this is the most recent reports. This is what we got today. The White House came out today and is like, guys, we're going to tell you
Here's
what the word is. Yeah.
Okay,
18 seconds.
They're giving
in.
us the factoids here.
Here we go. What do we got?
It is
18 seconds, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
So tell us what you know.
Dude, give us the goods,
House
baby.
Intel Committee. They've been meeting. We know that they've had classified meetings behind closed doors. There's all this stuff going on. A lot of action. A lot of action for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That they did feel reassured that the drones are not a threat and that there's been no evidence of any kind of nefarious or illegal activity. Now, this classified briefing comes as the Homeland Security Department, the FBI,
Look
and
at
the
these videos,
FAA and the Pentagon are trying to assure
Those
the
are as high
public
as
that the drones seen in recent weeks do not
That's
pose
loitering.
a national security threat. They released a joint statement that
Here it
says,
is.
quote, having closely examined the technical data and tips from concerned citizens, we assess that the sightings to date include a combination of lawful commercial drones, hobbyist drones, and law enforcement drones.
You can't
as well
say
as manned
that.
fixed-wing.
No, you can't and say hobbyists. You can't, dude. That's disproven bullshit.
The guy that
no
makes the
fucking
stuff
way.
for the military said, I can't make this. So no, it's not a hobbyist. Let's stop with this. Dude, after we got the Homeland involved,
a
FBI,
hobbyist are outrunning.
Intel.
Dude, that's the like joke response that you'd be like, what are they gonna say? And they say that.
It's been a month. This has been going on for a month, and this is their statement a few hours ago.
Bro,
that's what they have to say.
So then,
the same statement they gave us a week ago.
So then, clearly, they know more than they're letting on, as Trump alluded to, right? Or can move.
Who would know as well?
Yeah, right.
Trump would know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's a former president. He gets a briefing.
So he says, guys, it's no bueno. They know, and they're not telling you. And then, what do we get today after a month of what's going on is it's hobbyists, some are law enforcement. Anybody who could have a drone is flying them at the same time.
Why does law enforcement have drones in the air? To chase down the drone threat. That's why they're doing it. So you're saying law enforcement has drones in the air. That's
sort
why
of
they're
antithetical to the point. Yeah,
silly.
that is so funny.
They're chasing the drones with that. You fool! Like that. So that's silly.
Unless they're saying like, "Oh, dude, there's always drones up there, baby," but no, there's not.
No, because the local law enforcement is going on every day talking to the news saying, we're trying to chase these things, we're trying to intercept the signals. One battalion of cops was shooting at it with shotguns in the field the other day. That locals are trying to do something.
Those are our drones.
Yeah.
The ones you were just telling me that you were trying to shoot out of the air
right.
are your own?
Yeah, I know.
Bro.
No, the cops are shooting
who was that?
at them.
The Homeland Security? Who was that?
That was a joint statement from the White House that after meeting and going over all the analysis with Homeland, with the FBI, with local law enforcement.
This has to be a psyop because they're just messing with us. At this point, it's like, how much shit will you guys eat? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, like I said, Donald Trump seems to think differently. He says they know what it is, and they'd be better off telling you what it is.
Yeah.
Means there is there's something to tell.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There's something to tell.
I love that he said something, and that's what he said. Yeah, because he is a big like, I'll tell you what's up, guys.
He's not out of the loop.
Yeah, no, for sure he's not out of the loop.
So somebody who's
he's the future president. Bro.
Yep, and he is a past president.
And he gets
If he was just the president,
he still has clearance.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
that's different. He's not
totally different. If he was
former president.
Yeah. Wings High UAVs, dude. Okay, that name works.
Nice.
Bans will come to hobbyists soon.
They already have too many bans.
Yeah.
They have way too many. That's why we're so behind in this technology, is because we're not allowed to do anything with it.
FAA writing up bans and restrictions on hobbyist operations. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Of course they would be. And dude, that's why it's so silly for the White House to come out and say, oh no, it's a mixture between law. So everyone at the same time decided to fly their drones and for a month and outrun F-15s
3 years in a row.
What are you talking about?
Langley was invaded by UAVs for the past 2 years.
They're going to be flying over the Pentagon.
Yeah,
that people are filming videos of them flying over the fucking Pentagon, dude.
Exactly. It just shows too
and
many.
Those are hobbyists?
No.
Flying over the fucking Pentagon?
Dude, like I said, you can drive up to Area 51 and cross that fence and see what happens. If you even get close to the fence, you get pulled over,
straight
ID,
up, of course.
you're on
absolutely.
the hood, they're searching your car.
Yeah.
You can't even drive near it. You're telling me we're allowed to fly drones over Wright-Patterson and no one's going to do anything about it?
There's no way.
Something strange about that to me.
No, it's bullshit. Yeah. That's what it is. It's bullshit. And it's... So a month of these drones... We get nothing. We get literally nothing.
We got nothing. Again, they're sticking with the same story. Sorry, guys. There's nothing to see here. The drone thing isn't a real issue. There's nothing to worry about, even though everyone is seeing it. The videos are, every day. The news is talking about it, showing the videos every day. ABC caught orbs flying around. Like, they're starting to catch UAPs because everyone's looking up right now. Yeah, it's silly for them to just dismiss it.
Reyes just said Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
Yeah.
Admiral Byrd. That's a great story.
Yeah, we got a whole episode about...
We literally have a whole
Inner Earth
episode. Yeah. Then Wings High said, I take my sub 250 gram up and I'd feds at my door.
Yeah. Yeah. If he was if he had his... Yeah, if he was flying
100%,
his...
of course. LOL, sad, yeah. What did Reyes say?
So his Admiral Byrd's diary entry about discovering a warm climate in Antarctica. And he met with entities that lived there. We had this theory a couple episodes ago that Atlantis and the people that populated it were actually future humans.
Yeah, that went back in time.
It's a city that hasn't been, that was built in our distant future in the past because the planet
time travelers went back and built it.
Yeah,
basically.
and so they kept themselves hidden first from other countries in Antarctica, and then which was closer to Argentina is now.
Yeah.
Before a lot of climate shift.
How do you not?
Which is a
how do you
perfect
not
place.
step on butterflies and
you gotta hide
mess with
if you're from
the flow
future.
of time? Is you go to a place nobody else in the world is.
But not everybody's going to stick to the program. Generations go by, and some people say, you know what?
Oh, 100%.
I want to make a city here, and I'm
that's
going to be the
realistic.
king.
Yeah,
And
that's
then that's how that starts. And it's actually our own.
And my name's Toth.
The future is actually our ancient past.
Yeah, and we had put a short that just won't hit. No matter when I post it, it just won't hit.
Yeah.
Dude, I think YouTube were just like, no.
Yeah.
Just like, no.
Alexi's talking about, he says in 1947, Admiral Byrd saw this in Antarctica. Yeah, he said...
He saw saucers with Swazis on them.
Yeah, there's that part. But what he said to the press when he got back with less men and less ships, he said, we have an enemy that can fly from pole to pole within minutes that we need to be worried about. And that was in the 40s.
And who said we have the tech to send DT home like in the 90s or something?
That was Ben Rich, the former CEO of Lockheed Martin.
In the 90s, right?
Yeah, it was
in the 90s. Said we have the tech to
early
fly
90s
to take ET home.
Yeah, so there were apparently these equations that when he actually got into it, he said that there are certain equations that are classified, that there is math and physics that is classified by the government, and that anybody that tries to get to a certain point in science, in physics specifically, they send you off in a different direction. They'll even give money grants. He didn't say this part of it, but
yeah, that'd be
they give
great.
money grants to
saying the quiet part out loud
to get you to look in a different direction. But Ben Rich did say that there are certain equations that they were able to take advantage of that gave them the ability to manipulate gravity, and that they could take ET home, and that they had a lot of help from
like that element 115 and shit. Like who?
Unfunded opportunities. Remember?
What was up?
Yeah, Ben Rich. He said they were like, "How'd you do?" He goes, "Well, we found some ways to work the equations of general relativity and special relativity that gave us the ability to manipulate gravity." He said, "But we also had a lot of help by unfunded opportunities." And he wrote that on the blackboard. And then he circled the U in unfunded, the F in funded, and the O in opportunities. So crash retrievals, basically. He's like, we had some help. We didn't come up with the stuff ourselves, but they were able to use what we did know of science at the time, and they were able to crack it. So
hold on. Akira said, there's no orbs. There's chromatic and atmospheric aberrations on their cameras, LOL. And then he said, welcome to the world of optics, dear Americans. Yeah,
I don't know. Foo Fighters, they've been reported since the 40s. Plasmoids, I don't know.
Dude, what about, and we did an episode on it, Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
Bro, explain those orbs. And these aren't people who are looking for a quick buck or to write a book or anything.
No.
These are people who are trying to live on their farm, like the least attention-seeking human beings on the planet. And they're like, my cow was lifted up by a fucking orb.
The Pentagon funded an entire
the government
5-year investigation of the orbs and stuff at Skinwalker Ranch,
and they were terrified. Yeah,
they would follow them home. They go home, and the orbs.
Speaking
would be at
of
their house.
these drones, what do you think about the drones following the FBI agents home?
Yeah, why would we do that?
Why would we do?
If
No,
they're
no,
ours,
Jared. Why would hobbyists and law enforcement
somehow
and
they
anybody
figured
with a
out
goddamn
what
drone
agent is looking into it?
Yeah,
and then
hobbyists know
followed them.
that. You know, every hobbyist knows FBI special agents' personal contact information.
What are they asking for right now? So they're asking for more power to be able to monitor the skies and to be able to monitor what's in it and to be able to enforce, I guess, our airspace. So they're asking for, it's like a Patriot Act Part 2. It's Now, guys, look what could, so that could be a theory, I guess.
Is this a start? Yeah, that's actually not a terrible theory at all.
Look at this.
Is this a start to the airspace is now no longer free?
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's not just ours. With the rise of drone technology, it was only a matter of time before other people got to
these
use
drones
it.
are never going down.
Yeah. Or
type shit.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I think it's a way to expand your power as a military or as a government. So you get to say what goes up in the air and what doesn't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
How and
these drones are never coming down. I'm saying this is the new status quo.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Wouldn't that be
like
insane?
a security state?
That's it, bro. It's a police state. That's a
we have to have our drones up
possibility.
there to stop the bad drones that are up there.
Exactly right.
I hate this.
It's the good guy with the gun argument. Well, we need our drones up there because what if there's a bad guy with a drone?
Yeah, I hate it.
It's the good guy with the gun argument.
Yeah.
But in the air.
Yeah.
And it was just a matter of time before.
That's what they're asking for. That's what Congress is saying. But there's nothing going on.
And
but
even
they still need this power.
The language of you saying UAP, right? That is sort of all encompassing. So that could be any type of drone they have, right?
Yeah.
So it could, even using that language could be tactical.
Yeah, I don't like it.
They use the language so that they can, if it has wings, if it has propellers, if it has whatever, right? It can go up. If it's 10 feet long or 200 feet long, it could go up. You know what I mean? It's that's crazy and that sucks and that's terrifying.
Yeah, weird time.
And what backlash would happen? Like what negative effect would happen to the government? Zero. None.
Right now, obviously.
What are we gonna?
We can't do
we're
anything.
gonna shake our fist at it, right? What are we gonna do?
So you would have people like Anonymous, I guess, people that try and crack it and bring them down. Yeah,
and then
you'd
what?
have a lot of that
With the
They're
money
flying
they
over
print,
houses. I
with the
don't know.
money they print, they just put new ones.
People just
up.
get hurt. Yeah,
And then they eventually find out where you live, and they're like, "Well, you're going to prison."
So we know, dude. Like we told the story about in the war in Russia, Ukraine, where as soon as a drone turns on, they can see you.
Yeah.
They can see the drone, but they can also see you as soon as you turn it on.
By the way, that needs to be a movie. I want to hear what you have to say, but
Yeah.
let's just talk about this movie that isn't real, that should exist, but it's about this summer. One man. No, it's about a guy who, it's a team.
Yeah.
And they have
This is really happening.
Well, this is real. This is real.
This is happening.
So as soon as they turn on their little drone.
They gotta drive.
The bad guys can see them.
Yeah.
So they have to go mobile.
Yeah.
So they're in the
Time to
back
go
of a van.
mobile.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
Yeah.
So they got a guy with the laptop in the back of a truck, controlling this drone with a joystick.
And then you got a guy.
got a driver.
Yeah, going in between streets.
It's like the race car driver from World War II that would transport the
James
OSS
Bond,
guys
bro.
out of,
yeah,
out of hot
the guy
spots.
that
in an Aston Martin. Yeah, that's a
what's
real
his name?
story.
Who wrote about James Bond?
Crap. I keep thinking.
I'm thinking
Kirby.
broccoli.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, broccolis are the people who took it over.
Oh no, I don't want to think of. I don't want to be bothered by this now. It's just going to annoy me. Yeah.
Dang. Who wrote James Bond, chat? Who wrote James Bond?
But he wasn't the driver. The driver was
wrote
that famous
James Bond?
race car driver, and he would get people in and out of hotspots in an Aston Martin. And then the person who wrote James Bond used that for the character name or for the character idea. So I don't know what.
Johnny English. What's his goddamn name, bro? Hold on. All right, don't speak for a second.
Yeah.
Ian Fleming.
Thank you. Yeah, Ian Fleming. He worked for he literally worked for British intelligence.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
and
Siri.
he was part of this secret operation where they had a race car driver because there's no racing going on. They used him to get their people in and out of hotspots and to transport a dead body to use as a decoy. Against the Germans in World War II. The whole thing is so crazy.
But what
Mincemeat,
we're saying,
Operation Mincemeat. Look that up if you're interested in World War II history. It's so much
What a
fun.
crazy name of an operation.
Yeah.
Operation Mincemeat. What do you want to call it? Mincemeat. But no, real quick. Did we finish explaining that they drive through the city and then the enemy
pretty much
tries to
you
take
have
them
to be
out?
mobile, and they're shooting missiles at you so you have to have the sickest driver, and you've got to get in and out of
And
like
the
tight
sickest
spaces,
drone driver,
and you've got to operate the drone, and then drop your bomb, and then shut.
And you got to have
down.
badasses on both ends.
Yeah.
Right? Because bro, how terrifying. Because you're like, all right, let's bomb them. Go. But as soon as you go, they're like, oh, what's up?
They don't shoot at the drone. They shoot at you.
Yeah.
That's smart.
They're like, no, fuck the drone.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill the pilot.
Yeah. And then the drone will just fall out of the
Give him
sky.
life, follow me. I'm going to follow you. Follow for a follow, guys. Love it. And then McKenna said, Chaybot, yeah, I think you're on to something. Well, let's see what Chaybot said. Chaybot said, I don't know, guys. Last time people panicked, Can you read that? I can't see it.
Last time people panicked, I couldn't get toilet paper for 2 weeks. Yeah, that's true.
Hey, McKenna said this felt like a pre-pandemic, right?
Yeah, and that's pretty much what Shaybot's saying.
Yeah.
So
finish what he said.
That's it. Yeah. He doesn't want America to be in the same kind of
distraught place.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
Shaybot, she said, I think you're onto something. That's my lane as well, where I'm going with this. Yeah, as she said before. And then Gia, follow. Then ask Siri, what does the formula for equal 1 over T? I'm sure it says something ridiculous. F equals 1 over
T. That's, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
What is that? I'm sure it's something.
I don't know.
She'll be like, I'm not going to answer that. She's such a dunce. She's so boring.
Yeah, I guess. I never
Siri.
use it. I hate it.
Yeah, she's the
every
worst.
time it comes on, it's unnecessary, and
it only comes on when I don't want her to. Too.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, yes, or say that again. I'm like, nobody's fucking talking to you. But anyway, we got to wrap it up here. What do we got?
They're talking Project Bluebeam. So yeah, that's actually. So this was what Cameron's alluding to, is if this is a way to get more power and. To say, hey, there's a threat. We're going to need to respond to that threat by keeping drones in the air at all times. And now we're just going about our daily lives, always surrounded by drones, watching everything we do. That sucks. I really hope that's not what it is. None of the other options are that great that we've come up with. The only one I like is desensitization for disclosure. I would love that.
Because you want disclosure.
That's the only thing that's good.
Yeah.
All the rest are bioweapons, enemies are testing us and figuring out our weaknesses, or Project Bluebeam to create a security state. I hate it all. It's all the worst.
The worst options.
Yeah, but it's fun to talk about, and we'll see if it ends after Christmas. The last few years this happened, after Christmas it was over. So let's see if that happens
What do
again.
you mean the last few years
This is the third year in a row. It just wasn't in this. There wasn't
at this scale. Yeah.
It was at Langley. 3 years in a row.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, that's not a big deal. Is God coming in times?
It's a big
this
deal.
was mentioned in the Bible. Were drones mentioned in the Bible?
Yeah, they were. These orbs were, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what they pretty much described.
Yeah. A lot of cool new
wheels in
names
the
and
sky.
faces in the chat. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know why I said faces. I can't see you guys.
Flaming
faces.
wheels in the sky with eyeballs on them, lights.
Oh, yeah. The
Sounds
description of
biblical to
angels.
me, yeah.
Craziest thing. Yeah. It's an eyeball with eyeball wings and eyeball feet. It's like, what?
Thank you, Alexi.
Unless, thank you, brother. You guys aren't on long enough. I really like this show. Thank you guys. Oh, Shaybot.
Yeah, thanks, Shaybot. Yeah, thanks everybody in the chat today. Wow, this is a good chat. Good conversation.
Hey, guys, we have
some stuff
a lot of videos. What'd you ask? What'd you say?
I think we figured out a few things today.
I think we did.
I think we worked it out between the chat and the video.
100%. So, final thoughts. It is...
yeah, not great.
It's not no bueno.
We'll just say not looking too good. Let's just hope all this ends and it ends well, and then we'll get disclosure next year. That was the 2025 was supposed to be the year of disclosure. It was been predicted for a long time from many different sources. I think it's time. I think it's time for us to know. But that'd be the only good that came out of this, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think. And then we'll do our closing statements. But I think it's a way to make a police state, my dude.
I hope
it's a way of saying, well, now they're just gonna stay there because they've been there. They're just gonna stay there.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be.
I hate that so much.
Or it is, dude. I know. Well, it's the worst thing ever. Of course, you hate it.
That's what they're asking for. Congress is asking for that. That's the power that they want because of this non-situation. It's all hobbyists, but we still need to expand the power and make sure that we can do this, that, and the other.
Yep.
So that's what they're asking for. I hate it.
I know it's not good, but or there is a biological weapon of some kind, and they just can't say, "Hey guys, sorry, but we're looking for something that's gonna kill all of you." You know, they can't freak us all out, so they're doing.
And it's obvious, yeah. So they're searching for a weapon of mass destruction, is one guess.
Yeah,
they're trying to create a police state and normalize us to having drones follow us around every day over our neighborhoods. That's okay because they're protecting us. The other option is that they're putting a lot of noise up because they're covering up a wave of real anomalous UAPs, right? Which have been spotted.
I hate all these options. Yeah.
And then the final one is it's an adversarial country that is finding out how we operate, how we respond, and they're getting a lot of good info right now.
Oh my God.
They're even seeing how the population reacts, how the news media reacts, how we play it, how the military plays it, what we can do, where and when. It's awful. So far, disclosure is the only good one.
Yeah.
And thank you to the chat for all the help.
Let's hope it's disclosure. Let's hope it's desensitization for disclosure.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Alexi Reyes, you're the man. Tina, thank you so much. CT, Chase Mack, of course, Given Life, McKenna, all you stunners. I love you guys so much. You're the best. From Jared, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you guys help make the show for sure, and that's why we do it live, so we can talk to you guys, and it's fun. So yeah, I think we figured some stuff out. I think we have some new ideas. Let us know in the comments and in the chat what you think it is. If you have any videos, pictures, email them to us. We talked on the episode what the email is. Just go check that out. Like, subscribe, share the video. It helps get the show out there. More people join us in the chat, and we have a more fun conversation, and that's what makes the show fun. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Chase, go rewatch last week's episode. That's a great idea. Everyone should. We really deep dive into what this could be, and we give some really cool evidence, and it's really dope. Last week's episode was a lot of fun. This is a continuation of last week's. But yeah, everybody new in the chat, everybody who's always in the chat, you guys freaking rock. We hope to see you again next week. Another great show. Thank you, D. Labwire. Yeah, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the dot. Never
see you there. Yeah.
No,
see
no,
you
yeah.
there, Alexi.
6 p.m. roundabout. No, we'll be there 6 p.m. especially next week, I promise. But all right, yeah, that's it. We love you guys. And if you want to send any videos, tptnslv@gmail.com.
There we go.
We'll bring them on. We'll show them on air, baby. So yeah, any pictures, anything you got, send them our way, and we'll show them just like we did with GLs, with Given Lives. All right, love you guys. We think you're the best. You rock. You're the bee's knees. You're the cat's PJs, and we will see you next week. Later, skaters!